These are my top 7 things to do in Arashiyama in Kyoto, Japan. Number 1 is to drink matcha at Kakuda Kouseien, or Sumida Kouseien. I'm really not sure how to say it, but the name here is in Japanese. Now this is the true hidden gem of Arashiyama in Kyoto, Japan. Now matcha is famously grown in Kyoto, so it goes without saying that you want to try it while being in Kyoto and Arashiyama. However, this shop takes that experience and blows it out of the water and takes it to a whole other level, I promise. This shop mills matcha on the spot, and it is run by the nicest, sweetest lady who shows you how to make your own matcha with the chasen, which is like the matcha whisk, whisking it for you and showing you how to whisk it yourself. This shop has 30 reviews on Google Maps and they are all 5 stars. This just goes to show the warmth, the authenticity, and the hospitality that you will get at Kakuda Kouseien. It goes without saying that the quality of the matcha at the shop was out of this world. It was excellent, fantastic, the best I've ever had in my life. You can also buy some matcha to go, as well as some other supplies to recreate this amazing experience in your own home after leaving Japan. Number 2 on this list is the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. Now, being that this is the most photographed bamboo grove in all of Japan, not just Kyoto, it's kind of an obvious choice for this list, although some people will say maybe it's overrated because it's overcrowded, and they're right. Wait a minute, then why is it on the list? If it is later in the day that you're going and it's a little bit overcrowded, it's noisy, it's a little bit overwhelming, then yes, a lot of the magic of this bamboo grove is gone. However, if you go in the morning when it's quiet and a lot more peaceful, then this place is truly remarkable. The forest is dense with some of the most tallest and elegant bamboo lining your walking path around you. You can hear the bamboo stalks sort of knock into each other as the wind blows through them, and you can even see the rays of light shining through above throughout the tops of these beautiful bamboo plants. There are also little gems along the way, such as the Nonomiya Jinja Shrine, tucked right off to the side of the bamboo grove, and there is a miraculous temple, which we will actually save for talking about later on this list. Actually, the most important thing of all is this attraction is free. Very important to know. Number 3 on this list is the Tenryuji Temple. Now the Tenryuji Temple, like I was saying before, is located just off the main bamboo grove. You actually just diverge a little bit left to this path, showing a sign for Tenryuji Temple, and then you can enter while paying a very reasonable 500 yen to see this beautiful place. Tenryuji Temple is a Buddhist temple in Japan. It is actually regarded as the most important temple in Arashiyama and the most important Zen temple in all of Kyoto. It was built back in 1339 and it contains a really beautiful garden, a pond, a hojo sort of main hall, and lots of other little details and intricate things for you to witness and just sort of immerse yourself while visiting. The temple itself is surrounded by the forested mountains of Arashiyama, and going up a little bit in the garden area, you can actually get a pretty decent view of Arashiyama in Kyoto, although we will get even better views later on this list. Now, number 4 is to eat street food that is on the main street of Arashiyama. This street goes north and south, right perpendicular to the Randen Arashiyama station, which, you guessed it, we're going to talk about more later. And it definitely is a little bit crowded, definitely very touristy, but I thought this added a really fun and festive feeling, especially with the abundance of street food available. I personally tried out some savory and yummy potato croquettes, or croquets, I don't know, but they are sort of like a mashed potato that is fried. Who doesn't love potatoes and fried food? They're also very cheap as well. I also grabbed a pickle on a stick, which was fun. Didn't really blow me away, but was fun. But my favorite was the irresistible Ichigo Daifuku. Now, Ichigo Daifuku is sort of like a mochi. Well, it is mochi, but it's filled with a strawberry, Ichigo, and this one was filled with apple jam. It was to die for. Definitely my favorite dessert I've ever had in Japan. Looks absolutely delicious. That's so good. So fresh. You can also find some very popular Japanese street foods such as dango and other sorts of potato sort of things, I'm sure. Just make sure you walk around and keep your eyes open and just eat a bit and take in the sights and sounds and smells of beautiful, charming Arashiyama. Now, number 5 is the Togetsu-kyo Bridge. The Togetsukyo Bridge is sort of the symbol and main iconic thing. It's not the bamboo forest actually that exists in Arashiyama. It's a beautiful wooden bridge that's built over the Katsura River, connecting the main sort of hub that we were in before of Arashiyama to another area, which is a very important thing, which we're going to talk about later on this list. It's really quaint and beautiful, and a lot of people sit nearby taking in the views of the mountains behind it, the sounds of the rushing water. Maybe people will eat some food here, just soaking up the beautiful nature. You can also see some boats going up and down the Katsura River. There's even a scenic train that goes up and down this route, so it's really pretty as well. But the bridge is the main sort of hub of the area. You can walk across it and just appreciate its beauty while being here in Arashiyama. Are you ready to burn up all those calories you ingested earlier? Let's head to number 6 on this list, which is the Arashiyama Monkey Park Iwatayama. Now, the Arashiyama Monkey Park Iwatayama is just like it sounds. It's a monkey park with 120 free roaming monkeys for you to visit and witness in their natural habitat. To enter the park, you need to pay 550 yen, which is a very reasonable fee, and you'll be passing through a beautiful little shrine tucked away with some lanterns following you around the way, but then you will hike another 20 or so minutes up the mountain, which is pretty easy. There's a beautiful and green forest sort of surrounding and encompassing you as you eventually get to the main hub of the area with some amazing, not panoramic, but very open views of the mountains of Arashiyama and of course Kyoto in large. Once you get here, you can watch the monkeys play and be fun and be silly, which of course is really cool to do with their iconic red faces and fuzzy bodies. But even cooler than that is you can feed the monkeys from inside the visitor room, where you can buy some cheap sort of snacks like bananas and apples and feed the monkeys as they please, while the humans are in the cage. Because you have a wired fence separating you and the monkeys, and you feed them through the fence, they'll come to you if they want to. If not, they're free to run around and explore or just be monkeys without being subjugated to inhumane practices. What more can you ask for? I couldn't think of a better way to see these beautiful monkeys than at Arashiyama Monkey Park Iwatayama. Now, number 7, the last thing on this list, might sound a bit underwhelming, but hear me out because this is a hidden gem. Massive hidden gem. This is going to be, as I referenced earlier, the Randen Arashiyama tram station. Now, this tram station is sort of the main hub of the Arashiyama area, but it is an attraction within itself for a few different reasons. Number 1 is you can see lots of different traditional performances right outside the station, such as these people playing these sort of flutes. We even saw someone playing the shamisen, which is like a traditional Japanese string instrument with the biggest plectrum known to man. We even saw this lady tearing it up on the koto, which is actually the national instrument of Japan, and it was beautiful and very impressive to say the least. He's so good. Another hidden gem within the station itself is the kimono forest, which is just across from the tram platform. Now, the kimono forest maybe isn't quite as cool as the bamboo forest, but it's a bunch of man-made pillars that are beautifully decorated to resemble kimono. Even cooler than this is that they light up at night. So if you were there from sort of dusk to nightfall, they'll start to illuminate and sort of feel like a beautiful, spiritual feeling that makes you feel like you're in a Studio Ghibli movie. Now, right by the kimono forest is the ultimate hidden gem in Arashiyama Station, which is going to be the foot bath onsen. Now, the foot bath onsen only costs 200 yen, very cheap, guys, and it's the perfect place to go before you leave Arashiyama, or if you just want to soothe your aching feet after walking around all day. Because if you did my itinerary, my top things, your feet will be very sore, especially after climbing the mountain. Here you can just soak your feet. The water is very warm. It's a little bit quiet and away from the main hustle and bustle of Arashiyama. And you can even get some nice views of the kimono forest just across the way. So those are my top 7 things to do in Arashiyama, everybody. What do you think of my list? Do any of these look particularly interesting? Am I missing anything glaringly obvious? Please let me know in the comments below. Are you planning on traveling to Kyoto or Japan now that it's open? I would love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow for more Japan content. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.